From February 24, 2022 to August 2023, the number of cyber attacks increased 15 times compared to the period of 2019 to 2021.
Чим далі триває війна, тим більш, скажімо так, обґрунтованим має бути заборони і закриття цих реєстрів. Це на мою точку зору.
Hello and welcome to Ukraine in Flames, a special project by Ukraine Media Center and NGO Euro-Atlantic Course, and I'm your host, Myroslava Yaremkiv. Checkpoint's Global Cybersecurity Report revealed a 50% surge in worldwide cyber attacks in 2022. It's no surprise that the Russian Federation emerged as the most prominent player in the cyber warfare, executing 2,194 cyber attacks just on Ukrainian state bodies throughout last year. The main goals of these cyber attacks included espionage, acquiring citizen and system data, logistics insights, and notably the potential disruption of critical infrastructure. The attacks also aimed at using informational and psychological influence tactics. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the realm of digital warfare in the Russian-Ukrainian war, the countermeasures Ukraine is taking, and the challenge of finding a balance between securing information online and ensuring public access to crucial data for citizens. If you want to learn more about this subject, please continue watching this video and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss our videos in the future. The prime focus of enemy cyber espionage and aggressive operations remains Ukraine's civil infrastructure, specifically state institutions and critical infrastructure objects. Defense organizations, including the Ministry of Defense and the State Border Service, are also targeted. But slow and silent attacks aimed at espionage are the most dangerous. In particular, such attacks are carried out by the Russian Invisible Group. Their main targets are high-ranking officials and diplomats who have access to the most sensitive information. Because such silent attacks are more difficult to detect, they can have more critical consequences. More on Russian cyber attacks and Ukrainian countermeasures, please welcome media lawyer and expert on access to public information at NGO human rights platform, Olha Vdovenko.
From February 24, 2022 to August 2023, the number of cyber attacks increased 15 times compared to the period of 2019 to 2021. This number is measured in hundreds of millions of attempts to interfere with information systems of government agencies. Why do I say attempts? Because there are so many countermeasures to the cyber attacks, and this figure is 422 million and several thousands. Not 1 million, not 2, but 422. Why do I say attempts? Because the public sector is protected by an automated system to counteract cyber attacks, and all these enemy cyber attacks failed. They were repelled. However, this huge amount affects the operation of the system all the same. As for the private sector, the cyber police, the SBU, and the State Service of Special Communications have repeatedly reported the increase in the number of cyber attacks on the private sector. But there is a problem of interference. State bodies counter these cyber attacks, which are carried out in the private sector. The countering can only occur if an application is submitted. We don't know the exact figure, as some information is classified, and it was not provided to us in response to requests. However, these are also huge figures, measured in millions. Regarding legislation, how can one be held liable for cyber attacks? There are several norms in Criminal Code of Ukraine providing for criminal liability for cyber attacks. But we discovered a problem during our monitoring when analyzing these norms. A person who carries out a cyber attack can be held liable only if there are immediate consequences. For example, the system of work was disrupted, some data were stolen or blocked, etc. Only if the fact is confirmed, a person can be held liable. Despite the huge number of cyber attacks carried out by various groups, we cannot bring them to justice under the current legislation. This is the main problem we found. I think we'll go on working in this direction to propose changes to help solve this problem. The situation changed significantly after the large-scale invasion began. The tool that Alexandra mentioned, the law of Ukraine on sanctions, on the basis of which 640 web resources were blocked before the start of a large-scale invasion. This mechanism has actually not changed. One norm was added to this law, which allows suspending the work of web resource, but not blocking it. In fact, it remained imperfect in terms of legal technique, and this tool continues to be used. In 2022, another 44 web resources were blocked under the law of Ukraine on sanctions. Currently, mostly Russian websites are blocked. Although the purpose of this blocking is positive, in terms of the law, this procedure is not entirely clear. Blocking is done in 4 ways. 1. As I've already said, on the basis of the law of Ukraine on sanctions. 2. On the basis of the orders of the National Management Center. In this case, blocking can be carried out as follows. They gave orders to oblige providers to block certain web resources. If they do not comply with these orders, they are deprived of their licenses. Some providers have already been deprived of licenses. Based on such orders, the body individually or collegially makes a decision and a huge number of web resources are blocked. A huge number, more than 11,000 web resources were blocked in this way from February 22 to August 2023.
Ensuring the right to information is a fundamental aspect of a well-functioning democratic society and the rule of law. At the same time, we are currently living in the conditions of war. Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, Ukraine has faced a number of challenges in the field of information security. Disinformation, propaganda, and fake news have emerged as potent tools used by the enemy to influence citizens' minds. Therefore, in accordance with the Constitution of Ukraine, the right to information may be limited under martial law. But can there be a balance in access to public information? Media lawyer at NGO Human Rights Platform Roman Vasylniak will try to answer that.
Тенденція ця, в принципі, вона, мені здається, вона покращується. Якщо і щодо взагалі доступу до публічної інформації, з перших днів, звичайно, було все майже закрито. І для нас, як для юристів, це 3 основних сайти, які я вважаю основоположні. Це сайт «Судова влада», був закритий повністю, єдиний реєстр судових рішень, і ще юридичних осіб реєстр і немайнових прав. Тобто, фактично, 4 основних сайти, вони були закриті. Враховуючи те, що закрита інформація до юридичних осіб, фактично, закривши цю інформацію, закривши інформацію про суди, людина не могла взагалі дізнатися, наприклад, куди написати в який суд, хто є головою того суду. Я колись намагався написати скаргу в суд, і я провів ціле розслідування, щоб знайти, хто ж голова цього суду. Тому що ця інформація на сайті прихована, в реєстрах вона прихована і так далі. Тому очевидно, що є проблеми, і їх потрібно вирішувати, і держава в особі влади має пояснювати, мені здається, вже чим далі, тим більше, чому саме така інформація. Є дійсно інформація, яка має бути прихована, інформація щодо військових частин, щодо взагалі, все, що стосується Збройних сил України, ця інформація має бути прихована і в реєстрах, і це нормально, це виправдано, тому що ворог цим теж користується. Але публічна інформація, наприклад, на сайті Верховної Ради не було жодних контактів, куди писати. Наприклад, прихований був навіть емейл їхній. Це теж ненормальна ситуація. Яка загроза в тому, щоб громадянин України міг дізнатися емейл Верховної Ради, щоб звернутися туди з офіційним якимось листом, чи зверненням, чи запитом? Це є не... Тобто це обмеження має бути пропорційне. Щодо доступу до публічної влади, то зараз ми теж проводимо і інший моніторинг, і хочу сказати, що відповіді надаються вчасно, більшість відповідей. Тобто це десь, я ж кажу, 80-90% дотримуються закону України про доступ до публічної інформації і не відмовляють у ній. Тобто надають інформацію так, як воно це має бути. Але є проблемні питання, які мають бути врегульовані, вирішені. Чим далі триває війна, тим більш скажімо так, обґрунтованим має бути заборони і закриття цих реєстрів. А ще важливий момент: ми чекаємо відкриття декларацій чиновників. Я думаю, що це теж буде дуже велика така для журналістів робота, для дослідників, що відбулося за цей період. Це буде прям дуже цікаво, я думаю.
You've been watching a special project by Ukraine Media Center and Euro-Atlantic course dedicated to the Russian-Ukrainian war, Ukraine in Flames. In the description under this video, you can find information on how you can help Ukraine fight Russian aggression. If you find our work useful, please like and share this video. Slava Ukraini!